Well, it's time to share another devotional thought with you. Last fall, after Thanksgiving, I took the pumpkin that was decorating our front porch and I tossed it in the terraced flower/shrub bed that runs along the side of our property. This summer, I had a volunteer pumpkin plant spring up, and I thought, hey, I'm going to water this and see what happens. So I watered it, and it grew bigger and bigger. And with all the rain that we've been having lately, this thing has actually exploded. It has run down about 6 foot of the flower bed into the chain link fence that runs on the back side of our property, down the chain link fence, onto the ground, actually now back through the chain link fence, and is making its way into our alley. This thing has just become huge. However, so far, while there have been a lot of blooms on it, I haven't spied any pumpkin forming on this gigantic plant. So, honestly, I'm a little disappointed, although it did make me think of a parable that Jesus shared with his apostles that I'd like to talk about with you today. It's in Luke chapter 13 and verses 6 through 9. And he told this parable. A man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came seeking fruit on it, and found none. And he said to his vine dresser, Look, for 3 years now I have come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and I find none. Cut it down. Why should it use up the ground? And he answered him, Sir, let it alone this year also, until I dig around it and put on manure. Then if it should bear fruit next year, well and good. But if not, you can cut it down. This is an interesting parable. It is hopeful yet realistic. It is firm but fair. I like it because it shows a powerful aspect of the nature of Christ, and one that I am personally grateful for. That characteristic is that he is unwilling to give up on us. It is a reminder that he will not only not give up on us, he is also going to give us everything that we need to thrive and to grow and to produce fruit. He is not going to leave us alone. He is going to give us everything that we need in order to be able to succeed. Well, this parable has this characteristic of God not being willing to give up on us. It also has that aspect that is sobering, doesn't it? It is not enough just to look good on the outside. There has to be something more. There has to be substance within us. We need to use our talents for God's glory. We need to be fruitful. We need to be reaching out to others to share Jesus with them. And we need to be serving and helping others grow as well. You know, I guess even more sobering is the fact that there's going to come a time when we're going to be examined to see if our lives have produced fruit. And the result of a tree not bearing fruit is not a happy one, is it? So, the goal that we have is to glorify God with those gifts that he has given us, to do more than just look good on the outside. It all boils down to our hearts and what we treasure. What we treasure is what we will produce. We see that in another parable that Jesus shared with his apostles. This is in Luke chapter 6, verses 43 through 45. No good tree bears bad fruit, nor does a bad tree bear good fruit. Each tree is recognized by its own fruit. People do not pick figs from thorn bushes or grapes from briars. A good man brings good things out of the good stored up in his heart. And an evil man brings evil things out of the evil that is stored up in his heart. So hopefully at some point I will have a pumpkin that is produced from this gigantic, really good looking vine. But that is not nearly as important as seeing the fruit of God's Spirit produced in our lives. I hope you are producing good fruit. I hope your heart is full of good things so that comes out of you. Thank you for taking 6 minutes to center with me today.